Hey, I've been watching a lot of videos lately on YouTube and places like that about woodworking and projects that people do in their shops and that sort of thing. So I want to try to my luck and see how my video would turn out if I did that, because I think I may have something to offer as well. Most of my work is from recycled wood. I use cheap paint, like I go to the Lowe's or somewhere like that, and I buy the $2 paint, and then I come back home, I'll make something, and I'll use that paint to paint it with. And I have very little invested in it. Most all of my wood is recycled, and people have either given it to me or I've gone to construction sites. I find it laying out on the road, and I have go to the web pages on occasion and see if there's anyone giving anything away. So I get all free wood, and mostly it's pine, but on occasion I get lucky and get some oak, mostly oak, and then I had one guy give me some cherry, and but plywood and that sort of thing. I've been commissioned to do quite a few things, some speakers recently, speaker boxes. They were made from 13-ply Baltic plywood, and they were quite heavy when I finished because the walls were double. It's like making two speakers, but enough material for four speakers. So anyway, I have a little bit of experience. I took wood shop when I was in high school, and that's where I got most of my training. But over the years, I've just practiced different techniques and methods that I learned from other people, and more recently off of YouTube. So there's a lot of great information out there. So what I'm working on now is something I've been building for the past 3 years, is bee traps. They're Carpenter Bee traps. Their theory is that this little hole, you drill at an angle and it will simulate the hole for the bee. And he will go inside this little hole, see that he's made a mistake, it's not his home, and then he'll go for the light in the bottle. So once he's in here, he's trapped. And then it's up to you to do whatever you will with him. So anyway, what I'm doing now is I've put these plastic bottles on here. I get the bigger bottles with the bottles with the bigger caps, and I attach them with staples. I have a air staple gun. Makes everything much easier. I have this little tool right here which heats up, and I cut the bottoms off of the plastic bottles here and off of the little funnel that's on the inside, which is usually from a water bottle or a Coke bottle. And I use these 1x3s pine, and I get them for about $2 a piece, and so I cut those to about 6 inches. And then I put a plywood top on it, and then I get my outdoor wood stain, which I paid $2 for, and I paint the top of it. That way it kind of gives it some protection from the weather, and it helps it to last a little bit longer. And you can use these year after year, and a lot of people will leave them out over the winter so that they age a little bit, and they say that the second year is better because I don't know, maybe the bees like old wood as well, because they say they have better luck the second year than they did the first. Or maybe it was because it was already there when bee season came in. And here we're in Georgia, and our bees start swarming about mid-March, 1st of April, depending on how warm the weather is. And usually by mid-March it's pretty warm, except for this year. And so I hang these on my barn, and I also make these for other friends that want them, and I make them for sale as well. And but I don't advertise them. I just sell them to friends and family and anyone that they may recommend. But it's a fun thing to do. And woodworking to me is fun. If you don't enjoy it, why do it? But what I have is a little dungeon. I don't have just a regular workshop here. I have a dungeon, which is I have here an air filtration system, which has really been great for cleaning the air because it gets kind of dusty in here from time to time. And I have my router table, and I have my drill press, sander, my table saw. I got my compound miter saw. I have wood storage in the back, and then I have my table saw. I have here my planer, a Ryobi, and I have a jointer that I've got. This is one of my work benches that I just recently made because it's really more convenient than the one here in the corner, because it's in the corner and it's kind of hard to get around and reach across because it's so big. But it serves its purpose. And but anyway, we'll see how this little video turns out, and then if we like it, we'll do more. See ya.